Hey and welcome to this achievement guide for the updated Kex port of classic Doom on modern consoles. All of the achievements do have their own chapters, so do feel free to skip around as you need, and do be aware that this is very much a way to get the achievements easily. I do fully recommend playing through these games in their entirety to get the most fun out of them. In this section we'll be looking at the Groovy, Timing is Everything, An Important Looking Door, Clean Slate, Hoarder and Burning Out of Control achievements. You'll want to set yourself up on Ultimate Doom's Knee Deep in the Dead, Hangar level on Ultraviolence. As we start up here in Hangar, make sure you're grabbing all the health and armor bonuses as we make our way through the level. Be careful to shoot through the pillars there and try to avoid getting shot. If you do get shot, just restart this section. Make sure you take your time going around the corners here. Grab the armor bonus there, you will be needing that. Grab the health bonuses around the back, there's armor. We don't want to hit the switch to go outside, instead we just want to come over here, grab the health bonus. There's also 2 armor bonuses on this side of the room. As we head into this section here, make sure you're careful not to get shot by the zombie men and shotgunners. There are shotgunners on either side of the door there. There's always a shotgunner who wanders into this room. Make sure you go into the center blue part there to grab the armor bonus. There is a slight armor bonus at the side there, make sure you grab that. There's also 2 health bonuses as you make your way into this zigzag room here. Be careful of the imps firing the fireballs across the room at you. If you're really lucky, you'll get a multi-kill with the shotgun, with the zombie men and shotgunners, and we did here, so nice, we got the Groovy achievement there. Make sure you're careful for the shotgun as you come into this room. If you're very lucky, you'll shoot these barrels and get the multi-kill achievement. Timing is everything, excellent. Be very careful of the shotgunners down below here. They can be pretty sly and walk to the bottom of the stairs here, as you can see here. Make sure you go outside here. You'll also get the achievement for the secrets, An Important Looking Door. Make sure you grab the armor bonus out in the courtyard. It does count towards the level total. Do try to make sure you get across that toxic without taking any damage. You also need to make sure that you run back here and trigger the elevator on the far side here. This is a secret, but it also leads to a bunch of armor bonuses that you will need if you want the achievement for all the items in the level. Just follow what I'm doing here. Make sure you grab all the armor bonuses and the health bonuses in front of the exit door. You do need these if you want the all items achievement. There's 1 final imp behind the exit here, and there's 4 armor bonuses in this exit room. Grab them all and you should be getting a bunch of achievements when you finish this level, including the Clean Slate achievements. You get that for completing the level on Hurt Me Plenty or higher and killing all the enemies. You should also get the Hoarder achievement for picking up all the items in a level. Very nice indeed. And finally here we do pick up the Burning Out of Control achievement, which means that we got 100% kills, 100% items and 100% secrets in a single level. That's at least 6 achievements in one level, and I say at least because we really should have got a 7th one there, but I'll discuss that in the next section. This section is going to talk about the only thing they fear is you achievement. The requirement for this is that you must complete any monster filled level with 100% kills without taking any damage on Ultraviolence or higher. Do note that at the time of making this video, this achievement does appear to be glitched in some form, as it should have unlocked in the last video. Unfortunately it didn't do so, and despite trying several different levels, it hasn't unlocked on my main account. It did however unlock on my practice account after several attempts, so it does seem to be hit and miss whether this happens. In order to showcase this on a different level, I am going to show you how to complete this on Doom 2's entryway. So for this guide, do make sure you're setting yourself up on Doom 2 entryway, which is the first map on the Ultraviolence difficulty. One thing I can't stress enough is make sure you grab the chainsaw. You might not think you'll need it because you'll be scared about getting close, but trust me, you will probably run out of pistol ammo. And you also need to be careful around these corners. I got very lucky there, very lucky indeed. As you can see, I do try my luck a bit here. It's mainly about just trying to draw the enemies around this corner and taking them on one at a time. There is an imp around here, not too much of a concern, but be wary of the imps in this room. The imps in that secret over there do tend to wander out when you start shooting in this corridor. A good way to conserve some ammo is to use the chainsaw at the corner there. Take out the imp in the wall there. There is an imp behind the exit door, but right now it's not a major concern for me. I am going to quickly run and grab the rocket launcher. If you run on top of that platform there, the secret door opens up. It lets you get the rocket launcher. I like using it here. You can use the chainsaw up here, but there's always a chance that one of them will strike you before you get near them. When you run on top of that and hit the switch, you can get the shotgun outside here. The imps are not too much trouble. You can just duck around the fireballs very easily. Make sure you grab the shotgun shells, you will be needing them in a second. Be very careful of the 4 zombie men on the pillars around this room. Not only are they slightly annoying to hit, as you can see there, but you've also got 2 imps in the center who are just there to kind of distract you. Try and draw the imps out and just be careful going around this room here. Sometimes the zombie men can take aim at you. That's great to have managed to take them out. You don't really need to worry about grabbing all the items in this one. Do be wary though of the imp on the other side of this exit, especially if you've used all your shotgun shells up. It's not too difficult to avoid taking damage on this level. You've just got to be careful and considerate, and in my case, just get a bit of luck. Another good candidate for this level, if you really want to go there, is E3M1 in Inferno. In this section I'm going to be looking at the Untouchable achievement, as well as the Alternate Dimension achievement. The Untouchable achievement requires us to complete 8 consecutive levels on Ultraviolence under par time, while the Alternate Dimension one requires us to go to a secret level. You can choose any 8 consecutive levels to do the Untouchable achievement in, but I would strongly recommend keeping it to Knee Deep in the Dead, as these levels are fairly concise and very easy to remember. You will likely need to practice this several times before you actually get near the end, so don't get frustrated with this one. In order to set up for this, you need to go to Knee Deep in the Dead, start off at Hangar, and set yourself to the Ultraviolence difficulty. The part time for Hangar is 30 seconds, and all you really want to be grabbing on this level is the blue armor outside here. If you can grab a shotgun here, excellent, grab it, but honestly the main thing is grabbing that blue armor, because it's going to see you through the next level pretty nicely. You can see we did that with over 10 seconds to spare. The time for this one is 1 minute 15 seconds. That gives you just enough time to get outside and grab the chain gun without being left short-handed. But you do have to move quickly. You don't have time to sort of stop and fight all the shotgunners outside. That's why I'm leaving quite a few enemies around. Remember, you're not being graded here on your ability to kill or secret find. Your ability to hit the par time is all that matters here. One of the reasons I'm using the shotgun here as well is because I'm saving up the chain gun ammo for the next level. The next level has a lot of hordes of enemies, and I'm going to need that chain gun to break through them. One of the key reasons why I went for the chain gun on this level. And you can see we did that in just over 51 seconds. The par time for this level is 2 minutes. Now, considering we're not going to be going for the normal exit, that's actually pretty generous. If we were going for the normal exits, it might be a bit more of a squeeze, in my opinion. But going the route we're going here actually allows us to get our hands on the rocket launcher, which will actually be incredibly useful when we hit the military base in the next level. You can see that I'm also making sure to clear out all the imps down there. The reason for that is because if you leave the imps down there, they will just block you when you end up running around and hitting the switch to get to the secret exit. It's one of those things where if you don't deal with the problem early, it just causes more problems later on, and I really don't want to be dealing with that. My health's running a bit low here, but luckily there's quite a few med packs between here and the secret exit. Also a good chance to grab some chain gun ammo here. Instead of going towards the blue key, we can completely skip that out now and just head in this direction. This is also a great spot to grab the Bowling for Gibs achievement. If you fire a rocket launcher into that crowd of enemies there, there's a good chance you'll hit more than enough to trigger that achievement. I didn't actually do it in this run, so that'll go in its own section later on. I do think we've got enough time here to go up and grab the rockets here. The more rockets we have, the better. We did that pretty comfortably in my opinion. This is one of the reasons why I went out of my way to grab the rocket launcher. The rocket launcher is very good at crowd control, and because we only have 2 minutes 45 on this level, I am going to have to kind of move very quickly, because there are a lot of enemies on this level who will try to stop me, and there's a lot of encounters that will just sink a lot of time away from me. I don't want these pinkies following me, however. That is one thing I do know. I'm going to enter through here. We don't really need to go into the quadrant just behind us there. There's a lot of enemies there, and honestly, the only reason we want to come down here is to get to the yellow door from this side. Luckily, there's 2 entrances. You don't have to deal with all the enemies up there. It's a waste of ammo, and it's just a waste of time, honestly. I don't want these guys following me up the stairs, so I am just going to get rid of them quickly. There's no real hassle in that. As we head down here, there's more enemies inside here. Mixing my chain gun and my rocket launcher together does allow me to clear these rooms very quickly. Unfortunately, we are going to have to deal with these pinkies. We can't have them running around after us, and unfortunately I don't really have the ammo to deal with it outside of using my rockets, which I don't want to do. You need to be very careful with how you use your rockets, and try to save them for the moments when you actually need them. I don't think I actually need them here, but what I do need is the ammo behind these barrels here. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. I'm doing it because I note that I'm quite low on chain gun ammo. So there's a massive skip that you can do in this room, but you do need to clear out all the enemies on that side before you can do that. You also need to clear out the spectres either side of the blue door here. The shotgunner shooting me from behind here is very unfortunate. He has done a bit of a number on me there, and I am going to have to try and get that health back. So if you're very lucky here, you can run across this gap. You have to line yourself up pretty nicely, but you can make it across there without having to go down. You can see we didn't have that much time left. We only had about 23 seconds left on the clock there. It does show you that you've got to be moving quickly, and speaking of moving quickly, on this level here you do need to be moving pretty fast. 1 minute 30 is not a lot of time at all, but it does give me some time to play around here. I didn't mean to run over there. I am going to grab all the goodies here. I'm also going to run up here and grab the blue armor. The reason I'm doing this is because the blue armor means I won't take as much damage from enemies. It is worth going out of my way for, even if it is a slightly risky tactic. Ultimately, it's risk versus reward in this. You have to move as quick as you can, but at the same time you have to protect yourself. And I will openly say that when I was practicing this a few times, I died in this very room here. This is the only place where I really face consistent issues, because you kind of get blocked here, and if you're not careful you can get overwhelmed pretty aggressively. You can use the skip in the toxic out there if you're comfortable with that. I'm never able to get it on consoles using a controller, so unfortunately I've decided to just skip through that, but it doesn't really matter. There is more than enough time for you to make it. See there, with over 10 seconds left. Phobos Lab gives us just under 3 minutes here to make it through, and it's not that difficult to do. As big as this level may seem, once you kind of get through the yellow door area, the level pretty much is a cakewalk. Unfortunately, you do have to get through that yellow door area. You also should take advantage of the window here and clear out as many of the enemies on that side of the window as possible. It will make things a bit easier later on. Didn't want to spend too much longer doing that. Good chance to grab some blue armor here and to also get some health. Love this new music, by the way. This new music really does set this port aside from what we've seen previously. I am going to use the rocket launcher to shoot up to this window here. It will clear out that room for later on, so when I'm panicking for time a bit later on, I'm able to just move through that room easily. You see I'm running out of rockets here. I'm going to play a risky game here. I am going to allow those traps to open up, and what I'm going to do, I am going to head outside here to grab the supercharge, because I have lost quite a bit of health in this level. As you can see, this area will fill up with pinkies and spectres and shotgunners and imps. Just leave them, just run through, because by the time they've all made their way down to the bottom, you can just run past them. You don't need to stop to fight all these enemies. All you need to do is get around. These won't follow you into this section once that door shuts behind you, so you can just kind of move through. Remember, we're not trying to kill all the enemies here. We are just trying to move as quickly as we can in a safe manner. Don't know why I hit that switch. I never usually hit that switch. This room is also a bit of a pain, so head into this little crack to the left hand side of the entrance here, and you can grab the light amplification goggles. Will make life a lot easier for you. You do need to deal with the free pinkies in here. Well, as many as it takes to get towards the exit anyway. We're going to perform a speedrunning trick here at the start of a level. It's important that you try and get this. As you saw there, that shotgunner started walking to the outside area, and I ran through just as he was walking under the lip of that roof there. The reason for that is because that's actually a door, and that will shut behind you for 30 seconds. Now, as you can imagine, with 30 seconds taken off you, this level becomes a lot more difficult. So it's important that you sort of trigger that particular trick if you want to make sure you have plenty of time at the back end of this level. As you can see, I'm not even dealing with all of the enemies here. I'm just moving as quickly as I can through this level. Walk over the line dev there as you enter that little sort of cavern area, and this section here opens up. Because you've got the blue key already, or you should do here, you can just grab the yellow key. Now, I actually forget to open up a little area here. So you can see here, I realise very quickly what I've done, and I run back to fix it. Basically, you have to drop down here, between where those metal grates are on the wall, and it does open up this section on the far side here. You will want to come through here, if you want to sort of stock up on goodies. There's some rockets down here, there's a backpack. It is worth coming out here, and you also get a supercharge for good measure. Unfortunately, you do have to deal with all of these guys, so it is up to you if you want to take that risk. Personally, I just kind of like avoiding all those enemies in this room here. As you can see, there are a load of enemies. Once you step inside here, you will be trapped, so try to use your rocket launcher or chain gun effectively to clear out the mob in here. With a bit of time saved here, I am taking time now to just clear out the caverns here. Caverns? Rooms. As you enter this room here, make sure you clear everything before you head towards the switch in the center there. Once you walk towards this switch, the walls will open up behind you, and it will lead to a situation where you are kind of exposed. As you can see, all the enemies kind of came towards me, but using the rocket launcher, I was able to skip around them, and we had over 30 seconds there. See the time that we saved by not having to wait in that room for 30 seconds? Very useful. With this level, you just need to blitz through it. There are quite a few choke points on this level that will turn you around if you're not careful. That's why I'm using the time on this elevator to shoot the enemies that I missed at the start. You need to grab the yellow key here. I just recommend running through the yellow door because these enemies can't really follow you through the yellow door once it shuts behind you. There's going to be a bunch of zombie men around the corner here. You will need to get rid of these guys because they will just kind of block you. As you head forward here, the shotgunners will drop down. We do have 3 minutes on this level, so we are not super pressed for time right now. But, as always, you just need to be careful and effective with your time. I'm getting rid of these guys because as I'm heading back from picking up the red key here, they will sort of all congregate in this room here and it will cause a bit of a problem. I'm also going to get rid of these imps here because I don't really want to deal with them when I go through the red door in a bit. Unfortunately, we've got to deal with some of these pinkies. They do take a bit of effort to get rid of with the shotgun, which is a bit annoying, let's be honest. We've got the red key there, and now we're just going to head back to the room with the pillar where the shotgun has dropped down. I would recommend dropping over this side here and grabbing all of the items. There's plenty of ammo here, and one of the reasons you'll be wanting this is because you are coming towards the end of the game here. Recommend coming inside here as well if you're running low on rocket ammo. This is the moment where you can do a bit of stocking up on some of the items. You can run behind that pillar there to grab a blue armor, and you can grab yourself a supercharge there. Head towards the red door here, and you can get the blue key. See why we killed those imps earlier on? Unfortunately, a lot of monster closets will have opened up here, but with the armor and the supercharge that we've just acquired, we can literally just run through this section. You can body a lot of damage here, and it doesn't really slow you down. We don't need to kill all these enemies, and we're not going to. All you need to do here is just get to the exit. Once you get to the exit, the achievement should pop. Oh, we did that with just under 30 seconds left. So for the sake of being a completionist, I am going to show you this level and how to move through this quickly. You do need to bring in the rocket launcher to save maximum time on this level. You can see the achievement just unlocked there. Very nice indeed. You don't really want to be spending time dealing with all of those pinkies. You just want to get into this section here. Be very careful of the invisible spectres running around this room. I run behind these barrels and I just shoot them here. It doesn't kill all of them, but it does weaken the ones that hang around. And to be fair, we're not really dealing with the spectres. I just want to make sure that I've got a clear shot at the barons here. Ideally, you want 10 rockets. 10 rockets will be enough to get you through this encounter with the barons. Unfortunately, I only brought 5 in, and that's kind of where you need to, if you're going to be doing this level in particular, you do need to kind of manage your ammo effectively. Luckily though, with 2 minutes 45, it isn't that difficult. You can save a bit of time by running over the lip here onto that, but that's a speedrunning trick. You don't need to worry about that. You can really fly through this level, and here is the one point in this where you actually want to get attacked as much as possible, because the level only ends when you drop beneath 10% health. In this section, we're going to be looking at 2 different achievements that are effectively the same. One is a man and a half. In this, you've got to get 20 kills using the Berserk power-up in a single level. And then you've got the Guns are for Wusses achievement. Get 25 kills with your fist in a single level. What the second achievement doesn't tell you is that you can use the Berserk pack, which makes E2M2 the most ideal solution for this. So for this, you're going to be setting yourself up in Ultimate Doom on the Shores of Hell, E2M2 containment area, and you're going to do this on the Ultraviolence or Hurt Me Plenty difficulty. The first thing you want to do at the start of this level is head around this corner here and grab the Berserk pack. Be insanely careful how you take on all the imps in this level. If they follow you and they sort of do damage from behind, they can cause a very quick and sudden death. As you can see, I'm not doing too great in the health front here. We're really not doing great in the health front here. One of the tips I can give you for this section is make sure that when the imps are going into their attack stances, like you can see there, they sort of raise their hand slightly and then drop it down. That means they're about to fire a fireball. If you're not used to playing Doom or Classic Doom, that might throw you off because you may not know what's happening there, but ultimately you don't want to be too close to these guys for too long. One of the advantages to this level is that there's a bunch of imps sort of standing around these box mazes, and it does give you the opportunity to stumble upon them to get a one-on-one kill. We'll head round here. I kind of want to avoid that middle area as much as possible. Be very careful with the imps in this section because you can see there those imps were triggered to walk behind me as I was heading into this area here. Be very careful if you come into this section. The barrels there will blow up if you punch them. I do want to avoid going into that middle room that was back there. There's a whole bunch of imps in there, but the problem is they do a lot of damage if they sort of get around you. The pinky goes down in one there, absolutely no trouble at all. Nice, and that's the achievement got. You will also have got the other achievement. Unfortunately, I died in that run, which I'm going to stick at the end of this, just so you can kind of see what happens when it goes terribly wrong, this level. In this section we're going to be looking at the screen wipe achievement. This sees us needing to obliterate 50 enemies with a single shot of the Calamity Blade. The Calamity Blade is a new weapon, but luckily there's a moment in the Legacy of Rust where it's pretty much set up for this achievement. You will need to be playing the Legacy of Rust. You need to go into the Counterfeit Eden episode, and you need to go into E2M6, which is the Soul Silo. You can do this on the I'm Too Young to Die difficulty. So when you start this level, you just need to make sure that you're getting through quickly and efficiently. You don't need to be dealing with all of the enemies on the way to the Calamity Blade. It's a very detailed level, this one. And yes, there are new enemies and there are new weapons that you will have to kind of deal with if you've never seen these. Yes, those are the base of Lost Souls. We are going to be avoiding all of this. No, we're not going to be killing all of these enemies. These enemies are just kind of here to distract us. You need to wait a set amount of time for that to go back down. Once you do, just run up here, go into this door. Make sure you go to the left here when you grab the super shotgun. There's a switch on the wall in here that you need to hit. Hit the switch over there and you can head through here. Just run through. The blue door to the left there is going to be very important later on. This is another new weapon. We don't really need to worry about this for now. It's pretty okay. I'm not a huge fan of it in place of the plasma rifle, but it does its job, I guess. Make sure you're following the path that I'm taking in this video. As said, we are on the I'm Too Young to Die difficulty here. Make sure you grab the blue key here and head through the blue door behind you here. When you hit this switch, these doors to the side will open up. Just head to the left hand side and make sure you run into the center here when you walk through the blue door. There are some mancubus here. Make sure you take down one of the mancubus. And one thing to note here is that you can actually save as you're making your way through these levels. The game does not penalise you for saving. Here is the Calamity Blade. We're going to save here. When you've got the Calamity Blade, you need to head out into this room. No, you can't kill all those. Just let the bony boys kind of walk past you there. Head through this door and just run around here. Again, don't get distracted by all of the mancubus here. Run through, don't get caught off guard. You can't grab the yellow key. Here is the room that you need to kind of be in. Make sure you've got enough ammo for your Calamity Blade here. And as we head over here, you can see all of these imps here. Hold the fire button, wait for it to fully charge, and as you can see, you will get the achievement. It is that simple. Do make sure you hold the fire button down until it is fully charged, because it will take out all the imps that you need in one shot, as you can see from the bodies on the ground here. In this section, we're going to be tackling the Kill It With Fire achievement. Immolate a total of 30 arachnoid enemies with the incinerator. Notice that it doesn't say in one go. To make this easy for yourself, you're going to want to head into the Legacy of Rust game. You're going to want to head to the episode The Vulcan Abyss, and you're going to want to head to the 6th level of the first episode called The Coiled City on the Ultraviolence difficulty. At the start of this level, you want to drop down and hit this switch here so you can activate the entrance to this massive staircase here. Very beautiful level, this one, but we're not here for the scenery. We're actually here to kill some new enemies. When you get to the bottom here, make sure you hit the switch on the wall. The wall will drop down to the left hand side of the switch here. You need to wait a few seconds as everything slowly does its thing. Once we head through here, this is the room where the magic is going to happen. What you want to do is walk up to here and save. This is the secret sauce to getting this, because as we make our way into this room here, we are going to be killing these arachnoids. And here's the thing, there's a whole bunch of them in here. Every one of these kills will count towards our total. You'll need to reload more than a few times in order to get this done. Sometimes you'll kill a few, sometimes you'll kill none, because they can be pretty aggressive. But once you kind of get the hang of this weapon, it's not that difficult to clear out multiple enemies in one running. As you can see, eventually you will just pop the achievements. In this section, we're going to be looking at the Skeet Shooting achievement. You will need to do this on a game that has the super shotgun, so that's anything but Ultimate Doom. For this, you need to kill 4 enemies with 1 shot with the super shotgun. I'm going to show you how I did it in a super easy way. You'll need to fire up Doom 2, head to map 2 Underhalls and set it for the Ultraviolence skill. From the start of the level, you just need to play through like you normally would. On Ultraviolence, this level isn't that difficult, but we're not really going to be playing to the end of a level anyway. We're just going to be playing until about the midway point. Hit the switch, run through the river here. We're going to be heading into this door here. There is a super shotgun, which is the weapon we need to complete this, around the corner here. Don't worry about using up the ammo, there's plenty of shotgun ammo between here and where we're going. Head back outside here, head around the corner to these steps, head up there. And what we're going to do, when we kill this second shotgunner here, we're going to save here. Here's the secret sauce to this achievement. You can take as many attempts at this as you want. You see here, we're trying to kill the 4 shotgunners in this room here with our super shotgun. We got 3 that time. Eventually you will get the lucky shot and the achievement will pop instantly. For this section, we're going to be getting the Cooking with Plasma achievement. This is kill 5 enemies in 5 seconds with the plasma rifle. Now, I did think about using the secret levels on Doom 2 for this one, and I did try it, but it wouldn't pop there for whatever reason. So instead we're going to go to my backup choice, which is map 6 in Doom 2. You'll want to set this up in Doom 2, map 6, the Crusher, on the Ultraviolence difficulty. From the start of the level here, go slightly left and hit this wall here. You'll grab a Megasphere. There's a massive spider mastermind there. We're not going to be worried about that too much right now. We're just going to let the Crusher do its thing there. Make sure you hit that switch, run around and grab the plasma rifle. As we head back up here, there's going to be a bunch of enemies at the top of the lift here. Just be careful, take them out if you need to. We're going to run down, hit this switch, and then run across here. Turn around and wait for the imps to all come out, and then just shoot the imps here. Give it a few seconds and the achievement should pop. If you do need more ammo for your plasma rifle, there is more inside here. Very simply done. In this section, I'm going to be covering 2 achievements: Shoot It Until It Dies, where you've got to finish off a cyber demon with the pistol. Note that it says only finish off, you don't have to kill it with just the pistol. And we're also going to get the Overprepared achievement: finish a level with 200% armor and 200% health. We're going to be heading to the secret level of Doom 2 for this, so make sure you set it up as map 32 Groovy, and we're going to be doing this on the I'm Too Young to Die difficulty. So the first thing I'm going to say at the start of this level, make sure you don't grab the Megasphere. We'll be grabbing that right at the end of a level to get the Overprepared achievement. Head to the left hand side here, there's a secret wall. Behind here there is a bunch of cell ammo. We're going to be making good use of this. We're going to be using the BFG to really weaken the Cyber Demon, and then we're going to make use of an invulnerability to get close to killing it with the pistol. I always forget where the BFG is. There it is. Run over to the right hand side of the room here, and behind this middle symbol here there is an invulnerability. Now if you're feeling not confident, you can save this, but really you just want to get up close to the Cyber Demon here. Be very careful, sometimes you can accidentally kill it with 2 blasts of your BFG, and then whip out your pistol and just shoot him. He can't do any damage to us, and because of the way that we are positioned, he can't really push us back all that much in this room. And that's a very easy way of killing the Cyber Demon with the pistol. As I mentioned, you can use saves if you want to. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. It's not a particularly difficult achievement to get when you come to this level in particular, but we're not done there. If you head back down to the bottom, near where the starter level was, behind this pillar here, there is a Megasphere. Now, the Megasphere gives us 200% health and 200% armor, and given that there's nothing else on this level that can hurt us, we just need to kill these Commander Keens. They are technically counted as enemies, but they are not actually able to hurt us, which is pretty nice. Take that out, and with the finish of the level here, we should get the achievement for being overprepared. Very nice indeed. In this section we're going to be doing the Bowling for Gibs achievements, or Gibs, whichever way you want to pronounce that. Basically you need to kill 3 or more enemies with a single rocket explosion. The easiest way to do this is to find an area where there's a bunch of low tier enemies, and there happens to be just one such place on Knee Deep in the Dead's Toxin Refinery. So for this one you need to set yourself up on Knee Deep in the Dead in the Ultimate Doom E1M3 Toxin Refinery, and set yourself up on the Ultra Violence difficulty. From the start of this level you're going to head to the left hand side. You can see that I already have weapons. That's because I was actually trying to film another achievement when I ended up getting this one here. Head through this door, make sure you take out all the enemies inside here. You'll probably have a shotgun if your pistol's starting here, so do be careful. You need to head around to this switch here. Make sure you hit it. When you hit it, it will open up a secret area back at the start here. There are a bunch of shotgunners in here, so do take your time. Remember, you're not under any time pressure for this particular achievement, but when I was recording this, I kind of was for myself because I was actually doing a timed achievement elsewhere. It just kind of goes to show you that in this game you can accidentally unlock a bunch of achievements without really trying. Head down this little canal here, hit this switch. This switch is very important for what we're about to do. It does open up an alternate pathway through the level. Head down the lift here, back up the stairs, and back to the start of the level. You'll notice there's now a bridge in the center here. Make sure you equip your rocket launcher that you just picked up and shoot immediately into the crowd there. As you can see, we've just killed 3 enemies with the rocket launcher, and that's the easiest way to get this, in my opinion. In this section we're going to be talking about the Doormat achievement. This one simply requires you to crush an enemy under a closing door. To set this up, head over to Ultimate Doom, open up Knee Deep in the Dead, E1M1 Hanger, and make sure it's set to the I'm Too Young to Die difficulty. From the start of the level, head to the right hand side here, open this door, there's one single enemy in front of you. Make sure he's moving towards you, but don't shoot at him yet. Wait for him to walk towards you, he will come to the other side of the door eventually, and when he does, he'll open it up. When he opens it up, give it like half a second, and then just make sure you shoot him when he's underneath the door. It's pretty easy to do, and you'll know that you've done it right because you'll crush it here. You'll probably get this one by accident when you're playing through the rest of the game, I'm not gonna lie. In this section we're going to be talking about the Not So Friendly Fire achievement. This requires you to get one enemy to kill another enemy. Infighting is very common in Doom, so you'll probably get this without even trying, but if you need a setup that will get you this cheap and easy, let's head to Knee Deep in the Dead, Hanger, and let's start on the Ultra Violence difficulty. All you need to do here is head to the left hand side, wake up both of the shotgunners at the top, and just kind of move around so that they sort of start shooting at you, but sort of in a line in front of each other. Eventually they will graze each other, and once they do, they'll just start shooting at each other. The enemies in Doom have no loyalty. As you can see, nice and easy, very simple, there's your achievement. In this section we're going to be talking about the More Like a Dream achievement. This requires you to complete a level in any of the Doom games on the Nightmare difficulty. You could technically do this on Doom 2's entryway and it wouldn't be that difficult, but I'm going to show you how to do this on Knee Deep in the Dead's Hanger. So make sure you go to Ultimate Doom, set up Knee Deep in the Dead, Hanger on the Nightmare difficulty. The real trick here is to avoid getting into major firefights. Come over here, hit the switch, and run to this opening over here. Grab the blue armor, you'll be needing that, it'll help protect you from the extra damage. Kill these shotgunners, grab the shotgun, head right here, shoot the shotgunner behind the wall and the imp. Don't be scared by the quick firing fireballs, run through the exit door and you're pretty much done. It's going to take a few attempts if you're not used to playing Doom, but honestly once you get hold of the shotgun you can manage the enemies on this level very easily on the Nightmare difficulty, so don't fret, you will get this even if it takes a few attempts. In this section we're going to be going after the Heavenly Joy achievement. Shoot 200 bullets consecutively with the chain gun. This one's very easy to get. Just head over to Knee Deep in the Dead, the second level nuclear plant on Ultimate Doom, and hit the I'm Too Young to Die difficulty. From the start of the level here, head to the right hand side. There's a secret wall here, click to open it. Make sure you hit the switch inside and grab the ammo bag just to be safe here. You don't really need it, but we want to hit 200 bullets and you may not end up with it. You should though, let's be totally honest. Head outside here and grab the chain gun. Make sure to grab all the boxes of ammo around it. Head to the corner over here and just shoot wildly. Don't let go of the fire button, just keep shooting. Eventually the achievement will pop once you hit 200 bullets spent, and that's pretty much the easiest way to grab this in my opinion. This section is going to cover these 7 achievements here. These are the achievements you get for completing each of the Doom games in this collection. But here's the interesting thing, you don't actually need to play through all of these games, you just need to play the last level in each one. Yeah, that's right, when I found this out I was kind of gobsmacked. I kind of figured they wanted you to play through every level, but it turns out that you can play on I'm Too Young to Die on any of these and you can get the achievements. For the Doom achievement, you have to head over to Thy Flesh Consumed in the Ultimate Doom, E4M8 Unto the Cruel, set it to I'm Too Young to Die. The best piece of advice I can give you for this level is take your time and also hit the action button with this hanging guy here. There's a chain gun behind a wall. This will make this level so much more easier for you. For the Doom 2 achievement, you need to head over to Doom 2, set yourself up on Icon of Sin, the 30th map, and make sure the difficulty is set to I'm Too Young to Die. Make sure you grab all the weapons at the start of this level, in particular the BFG and the rocket launcher. They will be very helpful if you find yourself getting stuck. You have to head to the top of these platforms here. Enemies will spawn in from these cubes, so if you do have the time and patience, do try to get rid of them. You need to hit this switch there at the back of the room. It'll raise that platform there, and it will allow you to shoot rockets into the Icon of Sin's head. Unfortunately, this is kind of an annoying boss in that you have to time your rocket shots perfectly. Luckily on I'm Too Young to Die, you can grab the invulnerabilities here. The aim is to shoot into the glowy bit on the Icon of Sin's head there, the bit that's fizzling. Make sure you get 3 rockets in there and you'll be done. For the Evilution achievement, you'll need to head over to TNT Evilution, make sure you're going into level 30 last call and set it to the I'm Too Young to Die difficulty. Just remember, when you're fighting the Icon of Sin in this level, you need to be on the step just below the top step in order to hit the Romero statue inside its head. For the Plutonia achievement, you need to launch yourself into Plutonia, head over to level 30, the Gateway of Hell, and make sure you're on the I'm Too Young to Die difficulty. Be wary of the Cyber Demon when the red wall drops down. It is blocking the Icon of Sin and you will need to get rid of it if you want to shoot past it consistently. It's not too difficult to do, and also make sure you hit these 2 switches because you will need to launch rockets into the Icon of Sin's head again. For the Master Levels achievement, you're going to need to complete level 20 Mephisto's Mausoleum, which is in the Master Levels set, and set it to the I'm Too Young to Die difficulty. I will say just follow a YouTube guide on how to get through this one, because honestly this isn't a good level in any capacity in my opinion. For the Sigil achievement, you're going to need to head over to E5 M8 Halls of Perdition and make sure you're doing this on the I'm Too Young to Die difficulty. The most difficult part about this level is probably the Spider Mastermind fight, and honestly, even that's not too difficult. Just use your plasma rifle effectively and run around the corner to exit the level. For the No Rest for the Living achievement, you need to head over to No Rest for the Living, hit up level 8, Tomb of Malevolence, and make sure you're doing the I'm Too Young to Die difficulty. Make sure before you head down to the tomb, you head over to this wall here, because it lowers down and it does allow you to hit a switch behind it that will grant you a plasma rifle early, which is actually going to be very useful for taking out the imps and for also not inflicting self-harm on yourself with the rocket launcher. For the Legacy of Rust achievement, you're going to need to head over to the second episode in Legacy of Rust, Counterfeit Eden, head over to E2M7 and make sure you're playing on the I'm Too Young to Die difficulty. Trust me, it will make a difference here. If you skip to this level without playing the rest of these episodes, be aware that these new cyber demons here don't actually have as much health as the traditional cyber demons, but once you kill this cyber demon, you will be entered into an arena with many more to deal with, so do be prepared for that. In this section we're going to be taking a look at the Overkill achievement. For this you simply need to kill one enemy with a BFG blast. I tried this on the Doom 2 secret levels and for some reason it didn't work, so when I did finally get it to work I did use Ultimate Doom. Set yourself up on Inferno, E3, M3, Pandemonium, and you can set yourself up on I'm Too Young to Die, or as I've done here, Hey Not Too Rough. From the start of the level, head up the stairs here, run up the left set of stairs, follow this winding path, come over here and wake up the shotgun guy. He's going to be our victim in this section. Grab the BFG from over here and just blast him with the BFG. It's as simple as that. In this segment we're going to be looking at Until It Is Done. This achievement requires you to get 100 chainsaw kills in total. The easiest place to do this is on Entryway in Doom 2, so set yourself up for Map 1 Entryway and put yourself on the Ultra-Violence difficulty setting. The key here is that you need to turn around and grab this chainsaw. Every kill you get counts towards the total, and with 100 kills you'll probably need to play this level about 3 or 4 times depending on how quickly you die. It's really not that difficult, and because this level is fairly easy to navigate, you won't have much trouble finding things to chainsaw. As mentioned though, it will take multiple times, probably about 3 or 4 depending on how many enemies you kill in each of your runs, but it's definitely not a difficult achievement to get your hands on. The final achievement I'll be talking about in this guide is the Indiscriminate Headhunter. This requires you to kill one of every enemy type in the game, and this includes the new enemies in the Legacy of Rust. For this one, if you've been following through this guide, there's a good chance you've killed at least one type of each enemy making your way through the levels. If you haven't and you find you're 1 or 2 short, for the classic Doom enemies, the best shout is to go to Icon of Sin and just work your way through the enemies as they spawn. Eventually you'll kill pretty much all of the enemies outside of the Spider Mastermind and the Cyber Demon, so that's a good place to start. For the new enemies in the Legacy of Rust, you'll need to play through E1 M1, you'll need to play through E1 M6, and you'll need to play through E2 M7. This will force you to encounter all of the new enemies.